I was 21, and then she was probably about 1 year old, and then you know what, she was probably about 6, 7 months old, and she had pneumonia. And I just intuitively, something said, "Nah, look, you need to take her to the hospital." Took her to the hospital. Come to find out, it was like, "Hey, she has pneumonia. We got to take her in." So we was in the hospital for a week. You know, it was like if we would have waited longer, you know, it would have we would have had some worse problems. So I was able to tap in and really help get the mucus out. And I remember one night I stayed up. They told me what to do. I did it. You know, it was a hard problem for them to catch her vein, to find her vein. So they had to put like a cast on it so she won't mess with it and pull it out. Got through that process, then it got to the point where I had to lay in the bed with her and she had to lay on top of me. And I had to pound her back. I had to pat it, not pound it, but just pat it lightly, pat like this, you know, to break up the mucus. She was so clogged up with mucus. And every 30 minutes, you know, they would come in with this tube and put it down her mouth to like suck the mucus out. And it got to a point I was on autopilot doing it, and I was able to clear all that mucus up. Then it was crazy because the nurse, and it was just the doctor, the nurse, they was all like, "Wow, Dad, like amazing, good job." Like, this is amazing. Like, you know, I did that. I remember we got through that and we got great news. Like, hey, pneumonia is gone. Everything's good. You know, these are some things that you need to do when y'all go back home. I remember taking a break with my mother-in-law and we was outside and I smoked a cigarette and I just broke down to my mother-in-law to start crying. We was having a conversation and I was just like thinking to myself, like, what would I would have done if I would have lost her, you know? And that's something that I was like not willing to take. And I just had a thought and it was like, yo, you know, you're 21, you're a father now, and it's time to step it up. Leave these cigarettes alone. And I remember that day. And that's what helped me stop smoking cigarettes the first time. And